So, excuse the noise, but transmission's out. My garage is a disaster zone. I have degreased the front of the motor down where the oil pan was at. Most of the stuff is gone. It was covered in soot. All my electrical components, I cleaned them. All the connectors were cleaned. The clutch is actually up in there. The new clutch, the brand new clutch, the brand new pressure plate. Alright, so that's already in there. It's torqued down. Also my transmission, I took it over here and kind of cleaned it off to get it, it was covered with burnt clutch dust on the inside, so I got all that, most of it out. It's not the best it could be, but it's good enough for me. And yeah, so all I gotta do now is put everything back together. So I'm kind of waiting on my parts for the subframe here. I think they're supposed to come in tomorrow. However, my main goal is to get maybe tonight. I don't know if I'll have the time to do it, but I may do it in a minute. Try to get the transmission back up in place and start getting some bell housing bolts in. Once I get that in place, I can start putting everything back together. But I will be at a standstill until I get all the bushings and ball joints that I want to get. I am just not going to put this all back up in there when this needs to be serviced as well. Now the only thing I need to get after this are the axles, and I do need a new power steering fan. It sounds really crappy when you turn the blade, so that will probably be the next buy. Other than axles are going to be my next buy, and then I'll probably do a power steering fan. But that is an update. Took me about 6 to 7 hours to get the transmission out, and that was working on it every other night with an unorganized spot to do it. It's not that bad. It's just a lot of crap to take off. But I've worked on cars that were a lot harder to get in there. I guess get your hand in certain places. This car, I really didn't run into that. It's a lot of stuff to take off, but it's not hard to get to. I'd say the hardest part about this whole thing was there's two upper bell housing bolts that are on top, and there's a ton of wiring right there, so it was very difficult to get in there. A little frustrating, but got it. It's out. I will say, if anybody's going to do this, if you want to upgrade your headers, this would be the perfect time because everything is out. Really, if you want to do any kind of maintenance, everything is out. So, however, I'm just trying to do this on a budget, trying to just get this car running back on the road, and yeah, so it'll be great. Brand new clutch, new steering components, new axles, so it should be pretty good. And I may also service the supercharger since I'm here, so before I put everything back together, I might take that supercharger off. I think the kit's only like 30 or 50 bucks to redo it, and I'd rather pay that than pay for a new supercharger. So that's it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop right there. So next video, you'll see this car possibly running.